Pizzaverse Afterlife Travel Insurance. Planning a trip through the 9 circles of hell? Don't get caught dead without coverage. Introducing Pizzaverse Afterlife Travel Insurance. Our premium Inferno plan includes protection against boiling blood, falling fire, 3-headed dogs, corrupt demons with hooks, unexpected snake transformations, frozen lakes, and being personally chewed on by Lucifer. Because regular travel insurance stops asking questions the second you say, "My guide is Virgil." Upgrade to our fraud protection package and receive complimentary coverage for identity theft in the 7th Bolgia. Lose your body? Become a reptile? Merge with a snake? We'll file the paperwork. Probably. Pizzaverse Afterlife Travel Insurance. Because when Dante says, "We're going deeper," that is not the time to discover you picked the basic plan. Terms and conditions apply. Coverage not available in Judaica. Lucifer-related incidents subject to a very large deductible. Pizzaverse Afterlife Travel Insurance. Getting you through hell since absolutely never. Disclaimer. This documentary is presented for educational, historical, literary, analytical, and entertainment purposes only. Dante Alighieri's Inferno is a 14th century work of poetry, theology, politics, mythology, symbolism, personal grudges, and what can only be described as one Italian man creating the most elaborate enemies list in literary history. The 9 circles of hell discussed here come from Dante's fictional and theological vision in the Divine Comedy. They should not be interpreted as a GPS map of the afterlife, an official travel advisory from the Vatican, or confirmation that your annoying neighbor has already been assigned a Bolgia. Historical, biblical, mythological, and religious figures are discussed according to Dante's poem and the traditions that influenced it. Their appearance in hell represents Dante's literary and theological worldview, not a formal declaration by the Pizzaverse concerning anybody's eternal accommodations. This documentary does not promote violence, torture, demon attacks, boiling people in blood, freezing relatives into lakes, feeding sinners to 3-headed dogs, or climbing Satan as an alternative route out of Italy. Also, please do not attempt to summon Virgil for your next road trip. The man has been through enough. Viewer discretion is advised for descriptions of violence, death, religious punishment, disturbing imagery, and medieval Italians holding grudges for approximately 700 years. The Pizzaverse does not claim that every disputed historical, religious, or mythological interpretation presented here is absolute fact. We examine the literature. We examine the history. We examine the symbolism. And occasionally we ask the extremely reasonable question, "Dante, what the hell were you thinking?"
The 9 circles of hell. Dante's Inferno. Sin, punishment, betrayal, and the road through hell. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent Vinny DiPrio. Produced by Pizzaverse Studios. Based on Dante Alighieri's Inferno. From the Divine Comedy. Pizzaverse Studios and Palermo Productions. We don't rewrite history. We excavate it. In the early 1300s, Italian poet Dante Alighieri apparently got bored writing about love, politics, philosophy, and the general misery of medieval Italy, and decided to take a tour of hell. However, he did not venture into hell alone. He dragged Virgil, the ancient Roman poet who had been dead for more than 1,000 years, along as his guide. Can't believe I wrote this. Can't believe he dragged me into it. And from this hellish journey came one of the most famous literary works ever written, Dante's Inferno. By the way, Inferno is only the first part of Dante's three-part epic poem, the Divine Comedy. The story continues through Purgatorio, where Dante climbs Mount Purgatory, and finally Paradiso, where he journeys through heaven. So buckle up. We're going to hell. Level 1. Limbo. Limbo is a place where the screaming and chaos of the deeper circles of hell are noticeably absent. Instead, the air is filled with sighing. Dante describes the souls here as living without physical torment, but also without hope. They exist in a state of eternal longing. Limbo is surprisingly peaceful compared with what comes later. Dante describes green meadows, streams, and a magnificent castle where many of the great thinkers and heroes of antiquity reside. There's just one catch. Nobody here can ever reach the presence of God. So basically, you're stuck in the most beautiful Windows XP screensaver ever created, except there is no exit button. Sweet. Limbo is mainly populated by virtuous pagans and unbaptized children. These are people Dante believed were not personally guilty of serious sin, but who died outside Christian salvation. Among them are philosophers such as Aristotle, Socrates, and Plato. Poets such as Homer, Horace, Ovid, and Lucan, and historical figures including Julius Caesar. Virgil himself belongs here. Dante even includes non-Christian figures such as Saladin, Avicenna, and Averroes. However, some major biblical figures were once in limbo and are no longer there. According to Virgil, after Christ's death, Christ descended into limbo during what Christian tradition calls the harrowing of hell and rescued Adam, Abel, Noah, Moses, Abraham, King David, Jacob, Rachel, and others. So Abraham and Moses did not spend eternity sitting around limbo wondering what the hell happened to the reservation. They got out. What clown thought this was a good idea? That idiot. The punishment of limbo is therefore not torture. It is deprivation. The souls possess reason, dignity, knowledge, and even beauty around them. But they live forever without the hope of entering heaven. That is their sorrow. And compared with what Dante has waiting downstairs, enjoy the meadow while you can. Before we move on to the next circle of actual hell, we need to meet an important character. Minos. Minos is a monstrous judge who stands at the entrance to the deeper circles. Interestingly, he comes straight out of Greek mythology, where Minos was a legendary king of Crete and a son of Zeus. Dante takes this ancient Greek king and turns him into hell's supernatural sentencing judge, because apparently hell needed middle management. When a soul appears before Minos and confesses its sins, Minos wraps his enormous tail around himself. The number of times the tail coils determines how far down into hell the soul will be sent. I condemn you to Circle 7. Okay, yeah, definitely gonna need to call maintenance. That's on me. Wait, what? Dante's Inferno may be rooted heavily in medieval Christian theology, but Dante was absolutely not shy about borrowing monsters, gods, heroes, rivers, and assorted lunatics from Greek and Roman mythology. He basically built the first medieval cinematic universe. Level 2. Lust. The second circle of hell is reserved for the lustful. This entire level is consumed by violent winds. The souls are swept through the darkness endlessly, thrown backward and forward by a raging supernatural storm, never allowed to stop or rest. The wind is so powerful that Dante compares its roaring sound to the crashing of the sea. Here we get one of the most important ideas in Dante's hell. Contrapasso. Contrapasso is the principle that the punishment somehow reflects, mirrors, or symbolically reverses the sin. In life, these souls allowed themselves to be swept away by passion. So in death, they are literally swept away forever. Among the figures Dante sees or mentions here are Cleopatra, Helen of Troy, Paris, Achilles, Dido, Semiramis, and Tristan. Dante places lust near the top of hell because it belongs to what he considers sins of uncontrolled appetite rather than deliberate violence, fraud, or treachery. Meaning, yes, these people are damned, but compared with the psychopaths downstairs, they got economy seating. Level 3. Gluttony. The third circle of hell is reserved for gluttony. Those who lived entirely for excessive appetite now lie in filthy muck beneath an endless storm of freezing rain, sleet, and snow. This isn't cute winter weather. This is eternal freezing sludge. The ground becomes a disgusting mixture of mud, filth, and decay, and the souls are forced to lie in it. Adding to their misery is Cerberus, the legendary three-headed hound of the classical underworld. Cerberus stalks the gluttonous souls, barking over them, clawing them, and tearing at them. Basically, Dante looked at Greek mythology's giant three-headed dog and said, "You know what this needs? Well, seasonal depression." The punishment turns indulgence into degradation. The people who spent their lives endlessly consuming now lie helpless in filth, while hell's three-headed garbage disposal patrols the neighborhood. Enjoy. Level 4. Greed. Here is where those consumed by wealth end up. And just when you think Inferno cannot get any stranger, Dante throws Plutus into the story. Not Pluto. Plutus. Plutus was associated with wealth in classical mythology, and Dante transforms him into a monstrous guardian of the fourth circle. When Dante and Virgil arrive, Plutus begins shouting the famously mysterious line, Pape Satan alepe." Nobody is entirely certain what the hell he means. So for dramatic purposes, praise be to the Dark Lord. Can I go home now? No. Here you find two opposing groups. The avaricious, those who hoarded wealth excessively, and the prodigal, those who recklessly wasted it. Both groups are forced to push enormous weights with their chests around the circle. They travel in opposite directions. Eventually, they crash into each other. Then they scream insults. The hoarders shout, "Why do you squander?" And the wasters fire back, "Why do you hoard?" Then they turn around and do the entire thing again. Forever. Dante describes them as so spiritually degraded and filthy that he cannot even recognize individuals among them. Their identities have effectively disappeared beneath the obsession that defined their lives. They fought over wealth on Earth. Now they spend eternity fighting over absolutely nothing. Beautiful. Capitalism, but with more rocks. Level 5. Wrath and Sullenness. Circle 5 is basically an eternal rage room. It holds two kinds of angry people. The wrathful, those who express their anger violently and constantly. And the sullen, those who bury their anger, bitterness, and resentment beneath the surface. This circle contains the swampy river Styx. The wrathful thrash around on the surface, attacking, punching, biting, and tearing at one another in an endless fight. Meanwhile, the sullen lie trapped beneath the mud. They cannot clearly speak. Their voices rise through the swamp as bubbles and muffled gurgling. In life, their anger remained buried. Now they are literally buried in it. Contrapasso strikes again. I think I've seen enough mud for one lifetime. Yeah, let's head out. Dante and Virgil are in no mood to stick around for the world's worst group therapy session, so they board a boat piloted by Phlegyas. Phlegyas is another figure from classical mythology, and unsurprisingly, he is not exactly known for his cheerful disposition. Are you sure this is our ride? It's the only ride. He doesn't look happy to see us. He growls at everybody. He does that. It's how he says hello. He's literally the poster child for wrath. He wrote this, remember? As they travel across the Styx, Dante notices a strange red glow in the distance. They are approaching the city of Dis. This enormous fortified city marks the beginning of lower hell, where the sins become far more deliberate and severe. Its walls glow red from the fires inside. When Dante and Virgil arrive at the gates, more than 1,000 fallen angels refuse to let them enter. Then things somehow get worse. 3 Furies appear. Their names are Alecto, Megara, and Tisiphone. Not Tiffany. Although, frankly, Tiffany would have been terrifying too. The Furies are covered in blood, with snakes twisting around their heads. Then they threaten to summon Medusa. You know Medusa. Look at her. Become a decorative lawn statue. Virgil immediately turns Dante around and covers his eyes. But just when the whole field trip appears to be screwed, a heavenly messenger arrives, rebukes the demons, and opens the gates. Hell's security system has officially been overridden. Welcome to Lower Hell. Level 6. Heresy. Back in Dante's time, heresy was a very serious offense. So naturally, Dante designed an entire circle for heretics, people whose beliefs contradicted what he regarded as Christian religious truth. The landscape is filled with enormous burning tombs. Inside these fiery graves lie the souls of the heretics. Among the groups Dante specifically targets are the Epicureans. Dante associates them particularly with the belief that the soul dies with the body, and therefore does not survive into an afterlife. So what punishment does Dante give people who believed there was no life after death? An eternal afterlife. Inside a flaming tomb. Subtle guy. Very subtle. Level 7. Violence. The seventh circle of hell is divided into 3 rings, each punishing a different category of violence. The outer ring is reserved for violence against other people. This ring contains phlegethon, a river of boiling blood. The sinners are submerged in it according to the severity of their violence. The more blood they spilled in life, the deeper they are submerged in blood after death. Tyrants, murderers, warlords, and other violent offenders appear here. The river is also patrolled by centaurs armed with bows. If a sinner tries to rise higher than their assigned level, arrow. Sit your ass back down. The middle ring is reserved for those who committed violence against themselves. Dante transforms these souls into twisted, gnarled trees in a dark and horrifying forest. They cannot move. They cannot return to human form. Harpies, creatures with the bodies of birds and the faces of women, feed upon their leaves and branches. When the branches are broken, the trees bleed and cry out. Their wounds literally become the only way they can speak. Dante adds another disturbing detail. At the Last Judgment, when the dead are reunited with their bodies, these souls will not fully reclaim theirs. Instead, their human bodies will hang from the branches of the trees. In Dante's medieval Christian framework, they rejected their bodies in life, so they remain separated from them forever. Yeah. I know. This story just went from unpleasant to somebody check on Dante. Also found within this region are violent spendthrifts, people who recklessly destroyed their own property and fortunes. Unlike the suicide trees, they race naked through the forest, while packs of savage black dogs chase them, rip into them, and tear them apart. How fun! Finally, the innermost ring punishes what Dante classifies as violence against God, nature, and human industry. This is the burning desert. The ground is scorching sand. Fire rains endlessly from the sky. Blasphemers lie flat on their backs, staring upward toward the heavens. Those Dante classifies as violent against nature are forced to run continuously across the burning sand. And usurers, moneylenders who profited through interest rather than what Dante considered productive labor, crouch beneath the falling fire. This is where the idea of violence against art needs a little explanation. Dante does not mean paintings. He means art in the medieval philosophical sense of human craft, labor, and productive activity. In Dante's worldview, human work follows nature. Usury was therefore considered a corruption of that natural relationship because money was being made directly from money rather than productive labor. Every usurer carries a purse around his neck bearing his family's coat of arms, and they stare obsessively at those purses. Because apparently even in hell you still got to represent the family business. Circle 7 is where Dante's hell shifts hard from sins of uncontrolled appetite into deliberate violence. And the deeper we go, the worse the neighborhood gets. Level 8, Fraud. Welcome to Malebolge. The 8th circle of hell is a gigantic stone pit divided into 10 concentric trenches called bolgias. Malebolge literally means something close to evil pouches. The trenches are connected by stone bridges, although some bridges were shattered during the earthquake Dante associates with Christ's death. Each bolgia punishes a different form of fraud, because apparently one fraud department was not enough. Dante needed 10. The first bolgia. The first Bolgia contains panderers and seducers, people who manipulated others sexually or emotionally for their own purposes. They run endlessly in opposite lines while horned demons whip them from behind. Slow down. Whack. Complain? Probably another whack. Hell has very aggressive productivity standards. The second Bolgia. The second Bolgia is for flatterers. These are people who manipulated others with dishonest praise and false words. Their punishment. They are submerged in excrement. Yes. Literal shit. The symbolism is not exactly hiding behind the curtains here. Their words were filth. Now they live in filth. Here in my trench, just got this brand new 9-figure misery hole. But you know what I value more than rolling around in human waste? Knowledge. That's why I just dropped my 97 Steps to Success course. Link in bio. Let's pretend we didn't see that. The third Bolgia. The third Bolgia is reserved for simoniacs. These were corrupt church officials who sold sacred offices, privileges, or spiritual things for money. The sinners are buried upside down inside holes carved into the rock. Only their legs and feet stick out. Their feet burn in flames. The punishment visually reverses religious ceremony and reflects the way Dante believed greed had turned sacred values upside down. Dante had some opinions about corrupt clergy. By some opinions, I mean the man basically wrote them into hell by name. The fourth Bolgia. The fourth Bolgia is for diviners, astrologers, fortune-tellers, sorcerers, and false prophets who claim to see the future. Their heads are twisted completely backward. Now they can only look behind them. They claim to see ahead. Now they can never look forward. That's contrapasso with a neck injury. The fifth Bolgia. The fifth Bolgia is for barators, corrupt public officials who sold political favors or abused public office for private gain. They are submerged in boiling pitch. The thick black tar hides them just as their corruption was hidden in life. A group of demons called the Malebranche patrol the pit, carrying hooks. Whenever a sinner tries to surface, hook. Back in the tar. Government Ethics Committee, Medieval Edition. The sixth Bolgia. The sixth Bolgia is reserved for hypocrites. The sinners walk endlessly while wearing beautiful golden cloaks. From the outside, gorgeous. Very holy. Very respectable. There's just one problem. The cloaks are lined with lead. They are crushingly heavy. The outside represents the beautiful appearance hypocrites presented to the world. The lead underneath represents the truth they concealed. Among them is Caiaphas, the high priest connected in the gospel narrative with the decision that Jesus should die. Dante has him crucified flat against the ground. Every other hypocrite must walk over him. That's gonna hurt the TripAdvisor score. The seventh Bolgia. The seventh Bolgia is for thieves. And this one gets weird. Snakes and reptilian creatures attack the sinners. Some sinners are bitten and instantly reduced to ashes before reforming. Others merge with serpents. Human bodies become reptilian. Reptiles become human. Identities fuse, dissolve, and exchange places in grotesque transformations. Why? Because thieves took what belonged to others. Now they cannot even permanently possess their own bodies. Their identities themselves are stolen. Dante apparently reached this canto and said, "You know what? More snakes." The eighth Bolgia. The eighth Bolgia is for fraudulent counselors, people who used intelligence, rhetoric, or leadership to manipulate others toward destructive ends. From above, Dante sees countless flames flickering in the darkness. But when he gets closer, he discovers that each flame contains a sinner. Their bodies are completely concealed inside tongues of fire. Among them are Ulysses and Diomedes. Dante places them together inside one flame because of the deceptive schemes associated with them during the Trojan War. Dante then gives Ulysses an entirely invented final adventure. After Troy, Ulysses gathers his men and sails beyond the limits of the known world, driven by his hunger for knowledge and experience. He persuades his crew to continue beyond the boundaries Dante believed humanity was meant to respect. Eventually, their ship is destroyed and the entire crew dies. So Dante does not condemn Ulysses because exploring is automatically evil. He condemns the misuse of extraordinary intelligence and persuasive ability. Basically, smart guy. Terrible risk management department. The ninth Bolgia. The ninth Bolgia is for sowers of discord. These are people who deliberately created division within religion, politics, families, or society. A demon armed with a sword repeatedly hacks their bodies apart. Then the wounds heal. Then they reach the demon again, and get cut apart again. Forever. They divided others. Now their own bodies are divided. Dante had all the subtlety of a brick through a church window. The 10th Bolgia. The 10th and final Bolgia is reserved for falsifiers. This includes alchemists, counterfeiters, impersonators, and liars. These people corrupted truth, identity, substances, or currency. Their punishment is disease. The sinners suffer from grotesque illnesses, infections, madness, thirst, fever, and decaying bodies. Some are covered in diseased scabs and scratch themselves relentlessly. Others become swollen or distorted. Some even fight and insult one another in their misery. The entire trench reeks of sickness and decay. Dante's idea is that these people corrupted reality in life. So now their own bodies and minds are corrupted. And congratulations! We have officially completed all 10 Bolgias of fraud. The Giants. Before Dante and Virgil can descend into the 9th and final circle, they encounter enormous giants towering around the edge of the abyss. From a distance, Dante actually mistakes them for towers. The most important giants Dante and Virgil directly encounter are Nimrod, Ephialtes, and Antaeus. Dante also mentions or alludes to other giants, including Briareus, Titius, and Typhon, but Dante and Virgil do not personally visit all 6. First comes Nimrod. According to medieval tradition, Nimrod was associated with the Tower of Babel. Humanity attempted to build a tower reaching toward heaven, and God confused their languages. Dante turns Nimrod's punishment into poetic irony. Now Nimrod speaks a language nobody else understands. And he cannot understand anybody else. Okay, tower's gone. My labor. My career. My promotion. My lower back. Everything's gone. Almost forgot the fiancée. She's gone too. Turns out unemployed isn't her type. Can't possibly get worse. Nope. I stand corrected. Before Dante and Virgil can descend into the ninth and final circle, they encounter enormous giants towering around the edge of the abyss. From a distance, Dante actually mistakes them for towers. The most important giants Dante and Virgil directly encounter are Nimrod, Ephialtes, and Antaeus. Dante also. Next is Ephialtes, one of the giants who rebelled against the Olympian gods. He is chained and immobilized. Then comes Antaeus. Unlike Ephialtes, Antaeus is not chained. Virgil cleverly flatters the enormous giant and convinces him to help them descend. According to classical mythology, Antaeus possessed extraordinary strength. Virgil even suggests that if Antaeus had fought alongside the other giants against the Olympians, the outcome might have been different. He's strong. Yeah. But probably slow, right? Please say right. You want to die because this is how we die. Eventually, Antaeus picks Dante and Virgil up and carefully lowers them onto the frozen surface below. Because apparently hell has an elevator. It's just a gigantic mythological wrestler. Level 9. Treachery. We have finally arrived at the deepest circle of hell. Treachery. And unlike everything above it, this place is not filled with fire. It is frozen. At the bottom of hell lies Cocytus, an enormous frozen lake. Dante describes it as smooth and glass-like. A constant freezing wind sweeps across it. The deeper the betrayal, the deeper the sinner is frozen. Circle 9 is divided into 4 regions. Caina, Antenora, Ptolemaea, and Judeca. Caina. The first region is Caina, named after Cain, the biblical figure who murdered his brother Abel. This region punishes those who betrayed their own relatives. The souls are frozen in the lake up to their necks. They can still bend their heads downward. Their posture suggests shame. Dante even encounters 2 brothers, Napoleone and Alessandro, who murdered one another during a family conflict. Now they are frozen together. Family reunion. Forever. Hell really commits to the theme. Antenora. The second region is Antenora, named after Antenor of Troy, who medieval tradition portrayed as a traitor to his city. This section is reserved for those who betrayed their homeland, political cause, or community. The sinners are frozen more rigidly into the ice. Here Dante encounters some of the poem's nastiest stories of political betrayal, including Count Ugolino, whom Dante discovers gnawing on the skull of Archbishop Ruggieri. Yes. Gnawing. We have officially reached the part of the tour where Yelp stops accepting reviews. Ptolemaea. The third region is Ptolemea. This section punishes those who betrayed guests or violated sacred bonds of hospitality. The sinners lie frozen with their faces exposed. Their tears freeze over their eyes, sealing them shut. Dante adds one of the creepiest concepts in the entire poem. Some people can become so treacherous that their souls fall into hell before their bodies physically die. A demon then possesses the living body on earth while the soul is already being punished in Ptolemaea. That is not Dante casually turning the volume up. That is Dante ripping the knob off. Giudecca. The fourth and deepest region is Giudecca, named after Judas Iscariot. This is the absolute bottom. The sinners here betrayed their lords, masters, benefactors, or the highest bonds of loyalty. They are completely encased in ice. They cannot move. They cannot speak. Some are twisted into horrifying positions beneath the frozen surface. And standing at the exact center of hell is Lucifer. Dante's Lucifer is enormous. He is so gigantic that Dante can barely comprehend his size. Lucifer has 3 faces. The face in front is red. One side is pale or yellowish. The other is black. Beneath each face is a massive pair of bat-like wings. 6 wings total. They flap continuously. And here comes one of Dante's greatest twists. The wings are not helping Lucifer escape. They are creating the freezing wind that keeps Cocytus frozen. So Lucifer is literally maintaining his own prison. Every time he struggles, he makes the prison stronger. That's nasty. Dante's Lucifer also weeps from 6 eyes, while blood, tears, and drool run down his 3 faces. And all 3 mouths are chewing sinners. Inside the central mouth, head first, is Judas Iscariot, condemned for betraying Jesus. In the other 2 mouths are Brutus and Cassius, condemned for betraying and assassinating Julius Caesar. Brutus and Cassius are shoved in feet first. Judas receives the worst punishment. Lucifer's claws tear at his back while Lucifer chews him continuously. But here's the twist. Lucifer is not hell's victorious king sitting comfortably on a throne. He is another prisoner. Frozen. Trapped. Weeping. Beating his wings uselessly. Gnawing on traitors forever. Dante's ultimate symbol of rebellion has absolutely no freedom. The Emperor of Hell cannot even leave the basement. At this point, Dante and Virgil decide they have seen enough. Fair. Virgil has Dante hold on to him while he begins climbing down Lucifer's enormous, shaggy body. Then, something strange happens. Halfway through the climb, Virgil suddenly turns around and starts climbing in what appears to be the opposite direction. Dante is completely confused. After some time, Virgil pulls himself into a rocky passage. Dante looks back, expecting to see Lucifer's chest. Instead, he sees Lucifer's legs sticking upward. What the hell? Technically. Exactly. Virgil explains that they have passed through the center of the earth. In Dante's medieval cosmology, Lucifer is stuck directly at Earth's center. Once Dante and Virgil cross that central point, gravity reverses relative to their direction of travel. What Dante thought was down is now up. They continue climbing through a long underground passage. Eventually, Dante and Virgil emerge on the opposite side of the world near the base of Mount Purgatory. And after 34 cantos of demons, blood, mud, fire, snakes, screaming, boiling tar, frozen traitors, three-headed dogs, angry centaurs, mythological giants, and Satan chewing three men like human beef jerky. Dante finally looks up. Inferno ends with one of the most beautiful lines in the entire Divine Comedy. And then we came forth to see again the stars. And there you have it. The 9 circles of hell from Dante's Inferno. Dante went in looking for the road to salvation. Virgil went in because apparently being dead for 1,300 years still doesn't get you out of unpaid tour guide duty. And Lucifer, still stuck in the ice, flapping, crying, and probably wondering why the Italian poet would not mind his own damn business. And there you have it, Dante's Inferno. 9 circles of hell, 10 Bolgias, rivers of blood, burning tombs, frozen traitors, mythological monsters, corrupt politicians, fraudulent counselors, homicidal centaurs. One extremely overworked Roman poet, and Lucifer himself stuck at the bottom of the universe, chewing on history's most infamous traitors. Because apparently Dante looked at medieval poetry and thought, needs more screaming. But beneath all the fire, ice, monsters, and medieval nightmare fuel, Inferno was never simply a horror story. Dante was writing about choices. Greed, violence, fraud, betrayal. The ways people destroy themselves, destroy one another, and convince themselves they were justified while doing it. His hell is built around consequences. Every punishment reflects something about the life that came before it. And whether you agree with Dante's theology, politics, morality, or his spectacular ability to hold a grudge, there is a reason people are still talking about this poem more than 700 years later. Because Dante did not merely imagine hell. He built an entire moral universe and then populated it with philosophers, kings, monsters, enemies, heroes, popes, mythological creatures, and basically anybody else he thought needed to have a very uncomfortable eternity. And somehow it worked. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Dante's Inferno, make sure you subscribe to Bambi Palermo and the Pizzaverse. Here we dig into hidden history, organized crime, psychology, old Hollywood, dark fairy tales, strange legends, and the stories powerful people would probably prefer you never examine too closely. No bland history lessons, no dusty textbook voice, and absolutely no pretending the weird parts aren't weird. This is the Pizzaverse. And we do not miss. And we do not serve bland. And finally, thank you to the real ones. The people who watch, comment, share, support the channel, and keep showing up for these ridiculous journeys into history, psychology, mythology, crime, and whatever rabbit hole we decide to crawl into next. You are what makes the Pizzaverse a social club instead of just another channel floating around the internet. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the work. And thank you for taking the trip through hell with us. Some of you made it through all 9 circles. Frankly, that deserves a certificate. Or at least a Pepsi. Until the next one. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, stay authentic. This is the Pizzaverse. And we don't rewrite history. We excavate it. Has your birthday become dangerously ordinary? Are people handing you boring cards? Cheap balloons? A supermarket cake with your name spelled wrong? Enough! Introducing the all-new Pizzaverse Cosmic Birthday Emergency Kit. Because apparently saying happy birthday like a normal human being just isn't dramatic enough anymore. Every kit comes with a glowing green power ring, a suspiciously powerful birthday candle, one emergency cape, and enough cosmic energy to make your neighbors ask what the hell is happening next door. Just point the ring toward your birthday cake and shout, "I have the power of questionable decisions." Within seconds, your ordinary birthday party becomes an intergalactic event. Cake starts floating. Presents orbit the living room. Your cousin gets launched into the garage. And somewhere in deep space, 3 ancient guardians quietly regret approving the purchase. But wait! Order within the next 17 minutes and we'll include the Pizzaverse Birthday Defense Shield absolutely free. Perfect for protecting your cake from nosy relatives, uninvited guests, people who bring raisins to parties, and that one bastard who takes the biggest piece before the birthday person even gets one. The Pizzaverse Cosmic Birthday Emergency Kit. Available nowhere. Approved by nobody. And absolutely not covered by homeowners' insurance. Side effects may include glowing furniture, accidental space travel, excessive confidence, and believing you can fight aliens after eating 3 pieces of cake. And now, please welcome the newest defender of birthdays everywhere, Montenero. Happy birthday, buddy. From Bambi Palermo and the Pizzaverse.
Montenero and the Birthday Ring. A Green Lantern birthday adventure. Far beyond Earth, past the stars most people would ever see, the guardians of the universe gathered inside the great halls of Oa. Something unusual had appeared on their cosmic monitors. A surge of energy, powerful, bright, green. One guardian leaned toward the glowing screen. "Where is it coming from?" Another guardian studied the coordinates. "Earth." The room went silent. Then the name appeared, Montenero. Apparently today was no ordinary day. It was his birthday, and somewhere in the universe, a Green Lantern ring had decided that cake and birthday cards simply weren't enough. Back on Earth, Montenero was minding his own business when a glowing green object suddenly came flying through the window. "Okay," Montenero said, staring at it. "Either I'm getting superpowers, or somebody seriously screwed up an Amazon delivery." The ring hovered directly in front of him. Then it spoke. "Montenero of Earth, you have been chosen." Montenero raised an eyebrow. "Chosen for what?" The ring immediately slipped onto his finger. Green energy exploded around him. His regular clothes transformed into a Green Lantern uniform. A glowing symbol appeared across his chest. Montenero looked down. Well, this birthday just got considerably better. Suddenly, the ring projected an emergency message. A massive cosmic creature was approaching Earth, drawn toward the enormous amount of birthday energy radiating from the planet. Apparently, somewhere along the way, humanity had underestimated just how dangerous candles, cake, and birthday wishes could become. Montanero launched into the sky, higher, faster, past the clouds, past the atmosphere, straight into space. The creature appeared ahead of him, enormous enough to block half the stars. Montanero looked at his ring. So this thing works off willpower? Correct. Montanero smiled. Then this poor bastard picked the wrong birthday. Green energy erupted from the ring. Montanero created a gigantic glowing fist and sent the creature flying halfway across the solar system. The Guardians watched from Oa. One Guardian slowly nodded. Impressive. Another looked at the monitor. He hasn't even had cake yet. Within minutes, Montanero returned to Earth. The planet was safe. The Green Lantern Corps had gained a new honorary member. And, most importantly, the birthday celebration could finally continue. The ring projected one final message across the night sky in enormous glowing green letters. Happy birthday, Montanero. May your year be filled with strength, loyalty, laughter, good people around you, and enough willpower to handle whatever crazy shit the universe throws your way. And remember, you don't need a power ring to be somebody people can count on. Sometimes the real power is simply being the kind of person whose friends are proud to celebrate. So enjoy your day, brother. Eat the cake, make the wishes, and if a glowing green ring comes flying through the window today, put the damn thing on. Happy birthday, Montanero, with love and respect from Bambi and the Pizzaverse. May the green light shine bright for you this year. Happy birthday, Pisan.
Give me groceries and booze. Give me FaceTime with my friends. Give me intravenous news. Little drips of CNN. Give me meditation apps. Text me pictures of your dog. Just give me life. Give me peace. Give me noise. Someone give me fucking zen. Someone give me fucking zen.
Space, at least 6 feet. Dig my grave, just as deep. I got sex on my mind all the time. Fuck, scrolling through the internet, time suck. I've been feeling flat like a pancake. I could use a hug or a handshake. I could use some drugs or a band-aid. Cooped up in a hole, I wanna lose all my control. I wanna just go on a rampage. Give me wisdom, give me
fucking zen. Someone give me a fucking zen. Give me a fucking zen. I need something to avoid all of my fears and paranoia. Someone give me a fucking zen. Yeah. Give me an appetite, give me hope for the afterlife, or a reason to look past tonight. Give me happiness when I found the fame. Give me music that doesn't all sound the same. Give me something that I could look forward to. Give me humans that I could get closer to. You look down at me, but the next thing you know, it's you with the rent overdue. Give me a little bit of piece of your peace of mind. Give me a piece of yours, you'll get the peace of mind. Give me something to do when there's nothing to do, but when I get it, shit'll probably just fuck it up too. Give me 2 steps to the left, give me 1 step to the right. Give me 1 dance with the volume at 10, and someone, anyone, give me fucking zen. Someone give me fucking zen. Give me fucking zen. I need something to avoid all of my fears and paranoia. Someone give me hope for something better. Give me justice for my cries. Tell me we're all in this together, and if we're not, then tell me lies. Give me love, give me Wi-Fi, give me drugs, give me sky high, give me headspace. Set my head straight, cut the dead weight, burn the red tape. Give me the good old days from 7 days ago. Let me go